I think that's...
I bet you're wondering why we're making this video. I didn't want to make it.
For the year 2020, I'm making a video review for every new movie I watch, whether in theaters or at home, and on June 28th, I watched Mary and Max. Welcome to my year in movies. This is talking to myself. And them. So Mary and Max is a 2009 Australian stop-motion animated movie about a young girl who finds a random name in a phone book, and she starts writing to them. And it ends up forming this friendship that lasts for like 20 years. It was way darker than I was expecting, and I even knew most of what was going to happen because of a review. But what did you guys think?
It's sort of like if you wanted to watch depression, dark humor, and the Aru from the Home Improvement starting theme.
Just that sound effect?
Yes, yes, that is what is the whole movie. Things like, can we please be happy now? Yes, but no. But later, no.
Well, yes, but actually no. I was the one who recommended it.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw the review, and the thing that really drew me to it was, first of all, that it was stop motion. Second of all, that it handled Asperger's in a, from what I could tell, was a very like capable and competent way.
Yeah.
And the director of the movie, Mary, is kind of a self-insert of himself, and before his pen pal also had Asperger's, and before he even like published the movie, he like checked to make sure that it was a positive enough portrayal.
Yeah.
Which I respected.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other things is just like tone and lighting, and how like New York is all black, white, and gray, and how Australia is just brown.
Yeah. Which feels, it's kind of like those color grading shots where it's like, oh, you have this street, we'll just paint it yellow, and now it's in Mexico.
How do we know it's in Australia? Well, it's brown.
Yeah.
And there's a koala mailbox.
So obviously.
And all in all, there's like a theme in the movie that I enjoy of just like acceptance more than change, because that's the reason, spoilers later.
Yeah.
There's a act something conflict that pertains to the overall theme of the story. But you have to talk about that because it's your channel.
Oh, but yeah, so I definitely appreciated the way that they handled the story. I think there are lots of little details that feel very true to real life, like Mary's mom initially having a horrified reaction to know that her 8-year-old daughter, is writing to a 44-year-old man.
Yeah. It's like the most parenting she does in the whole movie.
She's not a great parent.
Yeah.
She did hand her mirror later in the movie. She
Yeah, you can have my vanity problems too, Mary.
Yeah.
That was my bedtime alarm.
It's officially after dark. But no, I think this one handled a lot of those issues really well, and it goes into, like you said, kind of what acceptance looks like, and how accepting the things that you don't have to change.
Except today I will change the things that must and accept the things that I cannot.
Yes. Because, I think there are things that all of us have that we would like to change or be different. Mm-hmm. And it's not that they're necessarily good or bad. They're neutral, and maybe they've not been treated as neutral things about us. Like Max gets diagnosed with Asperger's, and he doesn't see it as a disability that the doctor calls it. He sees that as just part of his life. Mm-hmm. But Mary has a birthmark, and it like haunts her whole life because she thinks that it's holding her back. Kids make fun of her for it. But through her friendship with Max, I think that kind of helps, even though she doesn't totally accept it until the end.
Even though she removes it.
Well, yeah.
You kind of touched on it with the Max not seeing it as a disability, is by Mary wanting to cure it. That kind of felt like she saw something negative that she wanted to change about him. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't her accepting him for who he is. Yeah. And that's what I think was something I never thought about, that it's some people don't want change, they just want to don't want you to come into their lives to change them, but just to accept them of their faults. And there's a little detail, I addressed it as we were watching it, but Max's therapist becomes better at handling
I liked that.
Max's traumas and stuff as the film goes on.
Well, and that was something that I really appreciated, because it talks about like Max literally being triggered by some of the things in Mary's letters, and that was handled completely straight.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way towards normalizing the fact that that word's kind of lost all meaning, even though it is an actual thing.
As the film doesn't call Max
never
ridiculous.
A joke. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Max's reactions to questions and memories aren't treated as oh, this is ridiculous. It's just it's a part of his life.
Yeah.
And that's something I really liked about it is I feel like a lot of movies mock disabilities for the sake of comedy, and it doesn't age well ever.
It doesn't. Comedy ages the fastest and poorest. The art style's really interesting.
Yeah, everyone has Shrek ears. Well, if you're a guy, you have Shrek ears. If you're a woman, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Freaking nice.
It's vaguely reminiscent of Tim Burton.
I think that's intentional.
Yeah, it's like Tim Burton crossed with honestly the California Raisins.
Yeah,
like that specific kind of style of claymation.
But Tiny Mary moves like the little people, as you pointed out.
It's so sweet.
Gotta hand it to Toni Collette for being able to do a convincing 8-year-old voice.
Yeah, and I think she's American even. So for her to be an 8-year-old Australian girl, Toni Collette has been robbed every year.
Well, the Oscars robs everyone every year. Yeah. Except Parasite, because it deserved it.
Parasite was good.
Yeah, I need to watch it though.
You do.
Instead of just hearing people tell me it's good. It makes me hope that in the future we'll get more animated movies that can tackle tough concepts, and isn't just, it's a kid's movie. Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to be that way. And adult animation doesn't have to be anime either.
Right. Well, and it doesn't have to be like South Park.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be South Park or Family Guy or Simpsons, which goes into that comedy not aging well. Especially Big Mouth.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I think it's a step towards recognizing the potential of animation, which is why I appreciate it and look at it as someone who tells themselves, oh yeah, I can draw, and then never draws.
Yeah, a lot of it is doing things because you enjoy them and having your interests and being happy with those interests.
Yeah.
And not being afraid to pursue those.
Yeah, and that's something else I appreciate is they didn't make fun of Max for his interests.
Sure, yeah. He likes the Noblets, which are kind of like the Smurfs ripoff, and he's...
Yeah, and it's just, and they're just he also likes watching it, and that's it.
It's not like, this grown man enjoys this child's film. Disgusting.
They give his age, and then they're like, he also likes the Noblets, but that's it.
It's really well done. It's simple, it's very evocative, and I really liked it. I'd give it, I haven't rated things in forever, but I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, it's simple, the animation doesn't try to break the sound, break new ground really.
Yeah, but it's stylistic, and I dig that. Anything else?
Just a trigger warning, as it does include a suicide attempt.
Yes.
And if that does upset you, then I just recommend that you generally stay away from it, because there is some other stuff that may bother.
Yeah, it tackles a lot of tough themes.
But just should you decide to watch that, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And be smart.
And if you have to stop watching, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just as what they say at some movie, love yourself first.
This has been My Year in Movies. Thank you for watching. And thank you guys for joining me.
Of course.
Sure.
We have nowhere else to go.
Time to eat this pillow.